welcome back to my channel. How you guys all doing? If you guys are coming back from part 1, which is about spiritual anxiety, and you came from that, then kudos to you. If not, and whatever, like, much love to you as well. But the thing is that if you came here to find a little bit more insight and to use a little bit more divination tools to figure out what spirit wants us to focus on as far as healing, what we can do to help transmute that anxiety, etc., and to focus on self-love more, we'll figure that out, okay? So right now I'm going to go ahead and pull from some decks over here. Let's go ahead and, I haven't used my actual classic tarot in a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and use that right now, because I feel like we'll find some more information. Tarot tends to be a lot more cutthroat and to the point. If you, oracle cards are like really nice. They're like, oh sweetie, it's okay, you can do this, this, this. Tarot cards is like, I said what I said, and I mean what I say. So, okay, I'm eyeballing a couple of new decks right now as well, especially like this mermaid deck as well, like, oh my gosh. So I'm going to be bringing in some different tarot decks instead, because I've been like focusing on the oracle collection, but I'm just like, I kind of want to expand a little bit more on different tarot decks as well. Okay? Okay, so we are protected in this space, and no negative energies or vibes are able to penetrate this space, this field. We are protected and safe and no harm done. I'm going to ask from spirit guides, angels, and ancestors in the Most High, and those for unconditional love and light, those that are here for the healing process and mean well. You guys are more than welcome to speak and to speak through me. For this collective as well. So let's see. For this collective, for the anxiety disorder, right? Can we focus on... Can we get... I don't know what we're going to go with whatever that they're pulling. Ooh, yes. The Fool card. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, they're playing that song, Memba for Aisha. Memba for Aisha. So it's saying, don't be scared, you fool. Don't be scared of living your life. Oh, I got shivers. Oh, I'm shivering. Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps. Yep, so that is a confirmation. So, don't be scared of being a fool in your life. Don't be scared of being viewed as the fool. Okay, oh my gosh, yes. So, I'm going to pull one more, because this is just the general energy that I'm pulling. Oh, yes. I love this. Okay. So the first to pop out is the Fool card. And this is also the starting point. This is the beginning point. So this is like after everything, like the end of the tarot, which is the Death card. This is like the birth, the beginning. Okay, so this is the beginning of a brand new cycle, a beginning of a brand new life, a brand new mindset, a brand new healing process, okay? Now this right here is about a person who doesn't even have much baggage that they carry within them, versus like the 10 of Wands, right? Carrying a bunch of baggage. But this person is carrying lightly. They pack lightly. They pretty much like packed everything that they owned, and got rid of everything that was not needed, and then just went off on their journey. And they're about to take that leap of faith off the cliff into the unknown, into the scariness, into the fear. But that's the illusion of the jumping part is the most scariest part. It's like that notion of Spirit's asking you to jump into a pool, but you're perceiving it to be an ocean, but then when you jump in, it's actually 4 feet deep. Okay? Now, mind you, someone's 4 feet deep can be someone's 10 feet. Now, you can't undermine, like, people's experiences and what impacts them, because what one's burden can be someone else's, like, dream, basically. So just, it's all about wiping the slate clean, starting over. You have a blank canvas to start with, so what are you going to do with it? What are you going to, the first step, basically, is to get out of self-denial. Okay? And the thing is that people like to shit on the Fool a lot of the times because they think that, oh, this person's being foolish, blah, 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 and everything like that. But also the Fool knows what he or she is doing, okay? They're not stupid. People like to perceive them as naive, and this is like my Aries energy, like, which is the babies of the zodiac, the kids of the zodiac. They like to see them as naive, or people who rush in without thinking as much, etc. But also Spirit likes stubborn hearts. They like hard-headed individuals, okay? But people would think that it's stupid to jump off this cliff. But Spirit right here, the dog, if you guys are seeing dogs, like, also can be significant, or any canine energy like wolves, foxes, coyotes, etc. Like, that also is a notion to be more kind and loving to yourself, to show yourself more unconditional love, as well as loyalty, like presenting loyalty to yourself and the divine, etc. But you jumping off may seem scary to others, or people might be like, no, don't do that. But if it's in your heart and you know that it's the best decision to go towards, then Spirit's like, yeah, I'm gonna jump right there with you. In fact, I'll be down here to catch you, right? Because this is what I'm gonna tell you to that. So right here as well is the Queen of Swords. I love saying this because this is also my divine feminine energy coming through. Mind you, we are both divine masculine, divine feminine energy. It's important to balance out both aspects within us, okay? Mind you, because there's two right here balancing out both. But this right here means that someone, like swords typically mean some, like the air, the thoughts, like you being guarded, you being so much in your head, etc. One thing that Queen of Swords do in a particular manner is the throat chakra, which is being able to speak your truth, being able to be authentic, not being afraid to do so, to set healthy boundaries, to say what you mean and mean what you say, etc. Now, when she's in an upside down state, typically this is kind of like what anxiety feels like. So it feels like guarded, feeling like you're always like wanting to fight someone, or using anger or tactics in order to cut throat or use words, etc. So you literally telling yourself such mean, egotistical, narcissistic type of things, as well as you listening to others who are exhibiting that same behavior, also needs to be cut out of your life, and to let go of that notion, to let go of the anger, let go of the pain, because this right here represents someone who has a very guarded heart chakra, in my opinion, someone that is open, right? Now the thing is that in a great manner, she, in a balanced manner, he or she represents like being able to be grounded with oneself and the thought, like they're very logical, okay? Very logical. But the thing is that, like I said, sometimes it can backfire with the thought processes, right? So one thing for sure that in tarot that we mentioned, that if someone's looking to the left, that means that they're looking too much in the past, and if someone's looking to the right, they're looking more towards the future. But if someone's looking towards you in the viewer's term, then that's more of a present manner. So it's good, because I'm saying that no longer are we looking in the past right now, whether it's be for validation, or whether that be for past traumas and stuff like that, that actually created this blocked heart right here that I'm seeing. So also the solar plexus is being affected right now heavily, solar plexus and throat. And solar plexus is all about that core, so we actually store a lot of trauma and hurt and pain into our solar plexus, and sometimes when it becomes like affected chakra, like infected, I'm saying that right now, that, you know, if you need a chakra cleansing, that would be really great, especially if you're going to listen to chakra cleansing music. Spirit is saying that, like frequency, high frequency music, like typing in throat chakra music, solar plexus hurts music. Okay, that will also help to meditate and ground yourself with as well, in order to help open up that aspect, especially if you don't have the means or the funds to, okay? Now, the Lover's card right here is beautiful, because this is the divine coming in to let you know and shed light that you guys are loved and watched over. This is the masculine and feminine, so yes, this is pretty much anybody like that comes by this. They're letting you know right now that there's so much love surrounding your essence and everything like that. If you're able to see past that clouded judgment, mind you, because this is clouds, like this is like seeing from a clouded intuition, right? Not seeing clearly, but the divine here is trying to help and come in to help you guys bring that sunshine, that clarity, etc. And any humps or like blockages or mountains that you perceive that you're climbing, etc., is only just an illusion, okay? Because mind you, you're at that point now where you're about to jump off. You're about to start on something new. Now, this is great because it produces a lot of anxiety, especially when we're about to start something new. Anything that we start something new, or like something that we're not used to doing, it creates a lot of anxiety or fear, okay? But like Spirit said, like be the fool, like listen to your heart, okay? Listen to the gut feel, listen to the signs and synchronicities that we're giving to you, okay? Now, like I said in the previous video, if things don't work out in your favor in the way that you expected it to, then that is okay, okay? It doesn't mean that it was a punishment or like a mistake or anything like that. It just means it was a lesson learned that you can apply to the next time that you try something new, okay? So a lot of the times, it's not a guarantee that life is going to work out in your favor. Life works out in mysterious ways. It's just happening. It's just how you respond to it, okay? And if you're reacting in like fear-based way, then you're not going to be able to see the clarity of the fact that love is all around you. In fact, if you guys I'm also seeing right now, like, someone starting something new, like, in a relationship, like, you being fearful to open up your heart to a brand new relationship or a soulmate relationship that's trying to come through, whether that be karmic, doesn't matter, soulmate, twin flame, it does not matter. It's just the notion of fact that someone's not willing to take that first step, etc. So, but they're, it's coming forth towards you. There's a new beginning coming towards you, etc. Whether that be in finances, whether that be in a love aspect, right? Because love comes in all different things, right? Whether that's you loving yourself, like focusing on self-love, because Spirit's saying that right now, this is the biggest thing right now is self-love, like to focus on that and to provide that for yourself, as well as you see the snake. We have the Kundalini awakening happening right now in the Tree of Life right here, so that's very significant, especially if you've been seeing the Tree of Life as well. As well as wings or feathers. Feathers are also a synchronicity to let you know that the divine is near you and that you guys are protected and safe and that you're watched over, and that if you need any help, that they're willing to listen and help you out, as long as you're willing to speak up and use that throat chakra to use your words in order to receive that help. But we also have to, in order to, you know, ask for help, we have to be ready to receive the love, etc. So when you're seeing from a higher perspective, when you're seeing from a loving perspective, that is when the divine will bless you with a lot of love within your life, etc. But when we're only seeing from one perspective, which is the ego, which is the lower self, etc., then we can't really see that love that is trying to be blessed within our life. Okay, so that's really beautiful right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull from a different deck. It's going to be the Lenormand, because I'm going to use that as a clarification. Got things falling all over the place. Goodness gracious. Okay. Now, what is self-love? What can we do to actually help us with the self-love process? Like I said, meditation, you actually doing things that make you happy, letting go of the people, places, and things that you know is not good for you, is another form of self-love, as well as you focusing on telling yourself great loving things, doing affirmations, doing I am beautiful, I am loving, I am worthy of love, of the highest form of love that there is, I am unconditional love, I am body love, etc. I am beautiful from the inside out, I radiate beauty from the inside out, that type of thing. Like telling yourself that each day during the meditation process, or doing mirror work. Like mirror work is another thing that Spirit is saying, like going in front of a mirror and telling yourself why you think you're beautiful. Sometimes we're so ashamed of ourselves, and we tend to self-loathe and hate ourselves so much that we can't even look at ourselves in the mirror. We can't even view ourselves or look ourselves in the eye, and that's something that you need to address and to be comfortable with, is to be able to look at yourself and to accept yourself as is right in front of you, okay? Of course, there's always things that we always want to change about our life and ourselves, but sometimes it's very important to just focus on loving the you that's already there, the one that's presently in front of you. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited, guys. If you have a soul, okay, this 24, you see the heart, this is what I meant by the heart chakra is being activated a lot. So right now they are literally stabbing through the heart in order for light to come through. And this goes with the song Memba for Aisha. I'm going to link that down below in the comments, and you guys really, I suggest Spirit saying to really listen to that song and to listen and read the lyrics, okay, because that message in there is going to be very, very pivotal to what this message is right here. Okay, now if you're seeing swans as well, that is also a bird of love, okay? We're talking about the notion of self-love, but I also am getting a download or a message that from Spirit that a soulmate, like this is for my twin flames. If you're blocking, you know, love instead of in your heart chakra, whatever, this can't allow for this to come in per se. What you would be attracting is possibly things that you don't want in general, because mind you, we need to focus on manifesting things that we do want in our life. And what do we want? We want more unconditional love rather than love that was shown to us that was faulty or built on false foundations. So it's all about building new foundations with that, as well as heart chakra activations. It can be quite painful. 24 also reduces to a 6, which is the number of unconditional love and reconciliation with the past, balancing out, as well as balance being restored within your life, within your home, within your heart, within your essence, etc. Balance will be restored. Now, water right here, I'm seeing right here, also is the notion of Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, which is all about like getting in touch with your emotions, being okay with your emotions, not fighting your emotions, because the more we fight it, the more painful it gets. Okay, so Spirit is saying, Take time out to actually address and question why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, I'm anxious, I'm scared, say, well, why am I scared? What is it that I'm actually really afraid of? Am I afraid of the outcome, or I'm just afraid of what I'm perceiving within my mind, right? What am I really afraid? Why am I angry? What am I getting angry at? What is the trigger for my anger? It's like really answering and asking yourself the root cause of your pain, basically, and taking that root and pulling it out, basically. So Spirit's saying right now, what we're doing is that we're getting to the root cause of your issues and we're pulling that out. And it's going to be painful, but it's needed in order to create room for what it is that Spirit's trying to bring to you, which is what? Possibly a love prospect, a relationship. It can be a friendship, right? It doesn't even have to be, because soulmates don't have to be just lovers, okay? It can be a family, a friend, someone that you really care about, a soul tribe, part of your soul tribe, like people that really care for you, okay? So yes, okay, so number 12, of course, if you guys have been seeing the numbers 1212 or 1221, that also resonates as well. But this is the house, and this is for birds, right? As well as, again, if you're saying birds, it means to see from a higher perspective, as well as something is coming through, a message is coming through. This is also falling underneath the Queen of Swords. So for me, it means also you being like holed up within your house, within your home, especially if you deal with anxiety, you being afraid to venture out and to fly out and to spread your wings, etc. So it's about the notion of a bird being trapped in a cage, and it's just an illusion. Okay, it takes for you to venture out to find your soul tribe. It takes for you to venture out and to reach out and to make that effort. I know how scary it is, even through all the, even if you're shaking down to your very bones, it's important to take that first step forward, okay, because you will be met with grace. Spirit is saying, I know that you felt like you were not met with grace before, and you were not caught every other time that you did take that jump, but Spirit is letting you know that if you keep believing that we will catch you, we will catch you, okay? It's that notion. And if you do fall and you do hurt yourself, then you just get yourself back up, dust yourself off, cry it off. If you have to cry it out, cry so hard to the point where you can't even cry anymore, Spirit is saying. Cry your heart out to the point where you can't even produce tears anymore. Spirit is saying, and that's how you know you're purging out pretty well, okay? So like I said, the healing process is not always pretty. It's a lot of tears, a lot of scars, a lot of wounds, a lot of anger. Ooh, yes. So I did mention of a fox. If you guys are seeing canine energy, I love that this is coming out. 14 also reduces to a 5, which is conflict that comes with change. Now, mind you, a lot of people like to give misconceptions about the fox. The fox is very misunderstood, just like how people who deal with mental health and anxiety are very misunderstood. You guys, I see you guys as like the fox. Okay, I see you guys as like you're hungry for life, you thirst for life. You guys are very smart, and you're quick thinkers. You think on your feet. You're very tactile and everything like that. You guys are very smart individuals. It's just the notion that society deemed you as misfortunate, or they just, you know, life didn't really like treat you with as much grace as you think that it would, right? Just like how society treats the fox, right? But the thing is that what I want you to remember, even though you're misunderstood, whether your feelings, your life, whether the decisions that you make, whether the sufferment that people can't really, like, they can't understand why you suffer the way that you do, or why you think the way that you do, or why you handle things the way that you do. Just know that that's the most unique thing about you. That's the most beautiful thing about you, is the fact that you are misunderstood and unique at the same time. This falls underneath the lovers. Like I said, Spirit likes the stubborn-hearted. They love the people who are like the chaos people, the people that strike change, the people that, you know, are the underdogs, right? So Spirit is letting you know that you are worthy of love as well, even if you feel like you're an outcast. Okay, and then this fox is looking at this rooster right here. If you guys are seeing roosters, that could also be a sign that, you know, waking up to the notion that you are loved, okay, that you are loved, and that you are not exiled, okay, in Spirit's eyes. You are never exiled in Spirit's eyes. You guys are always loved, even if everybody else like exiles you or feels like you feel exiled in that way. That's also an illusionment, because also, like I said, conflict that comes with change, like 555 energy, if you're seeing 555 or 505 or 515, that also ties into that as well. But, you know, we have to, it's like the destroying of the old notion, the old perception, in order to build a new one. So you guys are strong. Use your gifts and your abilities and your quick wittiness in order to move forward and to make those decisions in your life, etc. Oh my gosh, at the bottom of the deck we have the number, oh my gosh, yes. Also, this is 99. Right here, so if you guys are saying 99 or 999, that's karmic rewards coming towards you. So this is a karmic reward. This is a gift that's on the horizon, as well as a letter, whether that be in the form of you finding love within friendship, you finding love within yourself, you finding love within family, you finding love within the current situation that you're in. Anything that is a blessing in disguise is coming to the horizon to you, okay? So right now, this is a sign for me that there is a gift that is coming on the horizon. And if you're seeing pink tulips or pink flowers or anything pink, the color pink is a color of love, of unconditional love. So that is Spirit's way of saying to you, hey, I love you. It's a reminder that I'm here with you. Especially if you have a passed on, I'm getting passed on loved ones, those that you really cared for, like either it could be a grandfather, a grandmother, a mother figure, or a father figure. It could also be a cousin as well, a sibling, a sister, or a brother. Any, or like people that you've lost within your past life are coming to the mix. Your starseed family, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, your archangels, even the Most High is letting you know that we see you as love, okay? And that we are bringing forth this gift towards you once you're able to understand that within yourself. The first step is to understand that love within yourself first before we can able to bring this into your life, okay? Which is why some things can be on the hold off, because I've seen that this is on hold, you know? Also, this can mean like someone movement, like doing something new, like moving to a completely new town, a completely new neighborhood. Because I talked about this within my previous video, like how that can create some instability, like you moving around a lot, or just moving, like trying something new all the time, like that also creates anxiety. But just letting you know that those lessons are going to help benefit you in the long haul. Like you may not see it now, Spirit is saying, but like I said, blessings in disguises, you don't see it now, but you'll see it later on, and how that will benefit you, okay, within your soul journey. So that's really great. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask the, I like these oracle decks right here. The Heal Yourself oh my gosh, Oracle by Sigil. That fell over. Oh my gosh, it fell. That's not a coincidence. Have patience. Oh my gosh, I love that. Love is patient and kind always. I love that. Oh, I see you guys at the lotus. They're saying that you're the lotus. You're going through that mud process right now. Like you feel like you're in the mud, but really it's just the illusion. Like your guys are going to bloom into that beautiful lotus flower fairly soon. So have patience, okay, with this process. Mind you, like I always say, healing process is not linear. It's an up and down process. It's like a roller coaster, okay? And you just got to take it with the ups and downs. Take it for what it is. Release and let go of the control. Okay. Oh, goodness. So I'm asking from Spirit, like, what is it that we're dealing with at this current point in time, and how we can help heal that as far as anxiety goes. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, well. Thank you. That was really fast. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, guys. We have the hole in the soul in the home. Like I said, this is another confirmation of the home aspect right now. So this is like someone like feeling like this is abandonment issues or dealing with issues within the home. Honestly, this looks like Cinderella. I'm not gonna lie. Like I see you guys, like people who deal with mental health issues, like I see you guys as Cinderella. Like you guys are like in that mud phase, like that cinder phase, right? But at the same time, there's hope in the future. I feel like it's like that fairy tale notion of fairy godmother. Like I feel like Spirit is saying that there's going to be a soul teacher that's coming on the horizon that can be another form of love as well. A soul teacher coming in to help you release this notion. Also, she's carrying a locket and the green, which is the heart chakra. Now this ties into this card right here, which is the hole in the soul. And this is all about the heart chakra that we're having right now. So this, like I said, it feels like you're bleeding from the inside out, and that's what it feels like when Spirit stabs through your heart in order to let light shine through. It feels like that, but we need you to bleed out in a real gruesome way, actually, Spirit is saying. But it's symbolic. We need you to bleed out the old in order for the new to come in. Also, divine feminines. This is divine feminine energy because I'm getting a lot of roses. The sisterhood of the rose is coming into the fact. So a lot of divine feminine ascended masters, those as well as divine masculine ascended masters, but I'm getting more divine feminine are coming in to help within this process, especially for my divine feminines, okay? So right now you're dealing with like pretty much, okay, this is a forward movement as well. This is like 35 and 36. So you see how you're moving on up. So this ties into, again, like you, the blue dress. Okay, the blue dress, like, that's why it reminded me of Cinderella. Including the throat chakra, you being authentic, you setting healthy boundaries. This is also someone who's reading a letter possibly from the past that they were given. Like someone who's, like, this kind of ties into like a love letter, like something coming through, either a message of a home. Like I feel like either if it's like someone needing to move house or etc., or leave house or move into something else, etc., or you realizing that you are home no matter where you go in the world, because home is where the heart is. Okay, so it's just like you being notion that you're focusing on your own home, which is your house, which is your temple, your actual body. So that's, I'm feeling like a lot of like kundalini activations happening around this time. Oh my gosh, at the bottom of the deck we have patience. Again, emphasis on the patience factor. Have patience, okay? Spirit is really saying that right now. That patience will like pay off in the long run. One more, and then I'll put this away. Also, this is putting an end or saying goodbye to the old, because she's in this cemetery-like thing. So it's kind of like in the world in between, like assessing things that are already like physically gone. Like, so if you're dealing with a passed on loved one, again, the loss of a loved one, or those that were important to you that are no longer physically here, may they rest in peace. May they you know live life to the fullest on the 5D, on the spiritual realms and as such. But this right here, Spirit is saying that, we need you to like also learn to let us go too. Oh my goodness, that's really emotional. I know this because I've lost so many people in my life, so I know the feeling of losing someone that you care for, that's dear to you. Okay, Spirit is saying that like it's also important to let us go as well. Like, let go of the pain and hurt and anger that revolved around my death and my transition. We don't want you to carry that pain and anger and the what ifs and the I should have done this, etc. No, because things happen for a reason, and it was their time to go, Spirit is saying. So please let us go in the manner of letting go of the pain and anger and any hurt that is associated with my death or my transition, because I love you, and we're more so concerned about you living your life and you presently living your life to the fullest, because that is exactly what we want for you. We would want for you to heal and to focus on your soul growth, rather than to focus on the fact that we're gone physically. We may be gone physically, but we've never really technically left you. We've always been right near you, right by your side, watching over you. It's just talking to people who are gifted on here, you guys feel them. I know you feel them. I know you receive signs and synchronicities from them to let you know that they're there and listening, but sometimes we need that reminder. Don't be afraid to ask either, like, for help from them. Like, they're willing to help and step in when needed, okay? So don't be afraid to call on your ancestors, your spirit guides, or even your passed on loved ones, people you cared for, because I definitely feel like they will come in, and they're already helping you in this process right now. Oh, yes, take off your mask, number 11. So this is wonderful as well. Like, this is for both masculine and feminine. So, and this is just for everybody. Like, when we're dealing with anxiety or mental health, it's because we're trying to live a life that we know that it's not for us. We're trying to hide ourselves and to basically create a character or a persona in order to fit in and to fit the bill. I talked about this within the previous video, if you know what I'm talking about. But it's about removing the mask and being your authentic self. This kind of ties into the Queen of Swords right here, where she's able to be her authentic self without worrying about what the other person is thinking. Also, sometimes Spirit is putting in right now, learning the difference between using logic and learning the difference between using your heart when it comes to certain situations. There are certain things that require for you to use the heart, and there's certain situations where it requires for you to use discernment and logical approach. But when it comes to healing processes, sometimes we have to get rid of the logic approach in order to accept like the emotions that we're feeling, etc. Because sometimes we can think ourselves to death and actually avoid the healing process just from our thoughts, right? So, a little tip that Spirit's giving. But removing the mask, also transmute. If you like dancing, this is ballet shoes. If you like dancing or any physical activity, Spirit is saying, like, now's the time to really transmute that anxiety and pain into something else, okay? So, like, moving your body as well. And this right here, for me, this represents for me, like, this is the same person to me, okay? Even though they're, like, completely different females, like, depicted, right? But for me, I see them as the same person. Someone who, this is where he or she is wearing the mask right now, even though you don't see it. It's symbolic. But this is them actually removing it, alright? And her dress changed, obviously. So that means, like, her going to the ball. So Spirit is saying that, like, right now, don't be afraid to go to the ball. Like, Cinderella was like dealt with a lot of like misfortune within her life and mistreatment, etc. But one thing for sure is that she didn't go to the ball to meet the prince. She went to the ball to have a great time, to experience a great time for herself. So Spirit is saying to you, do something for yourself rather than for like other reasons, etc. Because then everything shall fall suit like once you take that first step, but you have to do it for the right intentions, the right reasons, okay? Cinderella wasn't worried about meeting the prince there. She knew the prince was there, but it wasn't something like how her stepsisters or other karmics were like, I'm gonna marry the prince, I'm gonna marry him and everything like that. No, she was more so focused on just removing the mask, not being the Cinderella that was at home, that always was at home and would be this persona. She just decided, I want to be a princess for a day. I want to, it's like that fairy godmother coming in right here, or fairy godfather, okay? So it's like that, okay? So it's just like, you guys are learning to remove the mask and learning to accept yourself as is, etc. And you guys are growing to the person that you're meant to always be, basically, and to stop hiding the person that you always were. So it's that's another thing for the anxiety. Like I said, if you are doing things or just entertaining things that you know is not good for you, including you keeping up a certain persona, then this right here means that in order for you to also release anxiety and that overthinking, that notion, it's also important to take off the mask and to be your true self, because that will also subside the anxiety feeling, the tension, etc. So that's really nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull from this love thing that I made a while ago. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I did use these in a previous video. I'm not going to do the sex deck today. I'm going to just focus on the love aspect for today. Okay? So this is like messages between the masculine and feminine energy, as well as this can be messages from your ancestors, your family, whoever you care for, whoever that's popping up, oops, in your mind right now at this current point in time. That fell. So... So anybody that you have in mind, this is a loving message from them, whether it be your masculine, oh shit, your feminine, whether it be a loved one, passed on loved one, it does not matter. Whether it be your spirit guides, angels, okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and end this off with some charms, and I'll be closing this out for today. So the first one to pop out right here is the I am writing a love letter. Remember when I said someone's writing a letter? Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah. See, so someone's writing a love letter. Also, fun tip, write a letter to yourself. Like, get a piece of paper. Like, I'm actually going to do this. Like, I actually was going to get some letters, like, straight up. Like, get some paper, letters. I was going to get some wax seals and everything like that. I was going to go all out, like the 1800s, like this shit, right? Like, writing an old letter to myself, including also someone wanting to write a love letter to you if that's a soulmate thing. But writing a letter to those that, you know, wronged you or pained you in the past, writing a letter saying, I forgive you, you know, blah, 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 and then burning it. And you don't have to actually send this letter to the physical person unless you really want to, okay? But it's like you writing to yourself, like maybe writing things out in a journal of your thoughts and feelings and emotion, because that also is another way of transmuting that pain into something else, okay? So writing a love letter to yourself is another aspect, okay? I don't want to scare you. Aww. So this is like also a counterpart as well, someone that doesn't really want to approach or come forward because they feel like they don't want to scare you off. Possibly if you guys are like in a friendship or whatever, this is a side note, they don't want to scare you if they were to present their feelings for you, if it was even deeper than that. They don't want to scare you and make it seem like to lose this, etc. But another thing is that Spirit is saying that they don't want to scare you, the viewer, the one that's watching, especially loved ones, past on loved ones. They don't want to scare you. They don't want to, they're, especially if you're hearing noises or they're visiting you in your dreams and you're getting certain signs, sometimes it can be quite scary because especially as humans, when we don't understand something, we tend to fear it. But Spirit right now is trying to tell you, like, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to let you know that I'm right here with you. I'm just trying to let you know that my presence is here and that I hear you and that I'm here for you whenever you need me. But I just don't want to scare you. So don't feel bad if you feel like we don't hear you. We do hear you. It's just that we don't want to scare you sometimes by making ourselves our presence really known, because sometimes like you want something, you think you want something, right? Because I remember doing that. I remember saying, oh, I want to see my spirit guides and like angel ancestors, and then I really started seeing some shit and I was like, oh shit, I don't know if I I don't know if I really wanted to see that. So Spirit, it's like that notion, right? So release all expectations. Spirit is saying, oh, I can't stop thinking about you. That is so sweet. So, loved ones, whoever you're thinking about right now, they are thinking of you too. So, whoever you're thinking about right now, they are thinking of you too, is what I'm saying. So, it's like vice versa. It's a mirrored energy going on right now. You guys are both like possibly are having telepathic connection. This doesn't have to be just with a counterpart. You can have telepathic connections with other soulmates, other family members. You can also have it with your spirit guides, etc. So, they're thinking about you and they're thinking and I bet you they're also saying they also are praying for you as well. They're praying for the betterment of you, that you're safe, etc. Oh, I want to be with you. Oh my goodness, that is so. So see, they want who you're thinking about right now. They want to be with you in the physical right now. I'm feeling more so physical because this is more so like a spiritual sense. Like I feel like they know of you, like they feel you, of course, in the spiritual realm, but they want to be actually physically close to you and near you. So if it's a counterpart, they're saying, I want to be with you, like literally want to be with you. I want to build something with you. If it's actual friendship or whatever, they're saying that I want to physically hang out with you. I want to enjoy this time with you. As well as if it's a passed on loved one, they say, I want to be with you in the physical. I really do. But just let you know that I'm with you regardless, okay? But the thing is that they also have times where they want to be with you in the physical. And they're also giving you hugs. Every time you, Spirit, oh my gosh. Spirit said, every time you cry, every time you shed tears, we shed tears along with you. So just keep that in mind. You are my true north. Oh, love it. So this is like you being the North Star, you being the star, the one that brings everything home. That kind of goes into the notion of you being the North Star, right? Which is home, basically. It leads you back home. So it's like that notion of they're trying to lead you back home, which is to yourself. They're trying to lead you to yourself, to find love within yourself. And it's also that someone sees you as their actual home. They see you as their star, someone that they look up to, someone that they look up to for guidance, etc. So that's beautiful. You weak in the knees. It's the song you get so weak in the knees. I can hardly see and lose control. Okay, so this is like that song. So someone like you definitely make someone weak in the knees. Like they make them so like that's probably why another thing that they also are scared of approaching you as well, because they're dealing with their own anxiety issues as well. Okay, mind you, it doesn't just have to be the viewer. It's like whoever I'm pulling right now as well. They deal with anxiety. But if it's a passed down loved one and etc., they are just saying to you like they're here for you during this process. But weak in the knees means like someone who can barely stand. Like you rock the very core, their very stability, basically every time that you are in their essence. Every time they think of you, every time they look at you, every time they you know hear you hear your voice, etc. It's like you make them so weak in the knees that they can barely speak basically or stand, and they just lose all control. And that's a beautiful thing as well. Like the fact that you have that much of an impact on somebody, like guys, that you guys must be some like beautiful ass souls, like both inside and out. Last one, which is number 33, I've got to point out, which is the Ascended Masters. I love that this is the last one. guys, I'm nervous to approach. Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I meant. So yep, I don't want to scare you, and I'm nervous to approach. So this is also a form of anxiety as well, like a form of like being afraid to be rejected. That also creates anxiety. But Spirit is saying, if you feel drawn to something, this is especially for my divine masculines. Divine masculine, I'm talking to you. If you feel drawn to your divine feminine and everything like that, and you really want to approach them, don't be afraid. I know that, they can be quite intimidating, etc. But also, if you've been dealing with rejection issues and healing that, then that that won't be much of an issue, okay? But if you've had a lot of rejection issues in the past, people who just didn't see your worth or didn't really count your value, I can see why that would create a lot of anxiety. as far as you wanting to approach a certain situation. Also, this doesn't mean that just counterpart wise, this also means I'm nervous to approach a certain situation. I'm nervous to approach my healing process. I'm nervous to approach the job that I want. I'm nervous to approach starting something completely new. Like, that's something that Spirit is telling you that is an illusion within itself, but it also is like, again, like you being afraid to take that first step. And Spirit is telling the Divine Masculines especially, don't be afraid to take that first step, okay? Divine Feminines are not, I know you guys are afraid of them when they're in the Queen of Swords mode. I don't blame you. When we're in Queen of Swords mode, upside down, especially unbalanced, we want to chop everyone's head off. So it's like that notion, as long as you come correct, then you're fine. But if you don't come correct, then don't come at all. It's like that notion. Like, be very mindful of your intentions when you're coming forth towards a true Divine Feminine energy, okay? Because Divine Feminine energy, yes, they're very intuitive. They can actually sniff things out, alright? Especially if you're on some bullshit, is what Spirit is saying. But the thing is that if you, it's all in your head, basically, really. Like, the notion of, like, rejection, it's all in your head. And also for the fact that this love letter, I'm, like, wow. I don't know how much of a confirmation this can be. Like, either Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine are writing love letters to one another, whether it's a physical thing or an actual spiritual thing, or if this was a past life thing that you guys wrote letters to each other, like through the mail, like snail mail, and you guys used to send letters, like old letters back then, and it would be love letters and poems and things like that, and songs that were written out. So also, side note, they're saying feminine is focusing too much on this and not noticing that there's something in the background, like right behind you. I feel like someone's like watching you, but you don't know. Like, it's like something in the background. So, but yes, that love letter. Write a letter to yourself or individuals that were from the past, etc., and write to them as if they are right there physically in front of you. You don't have to send it, but just read it out loud and then burn it, and then like that physical notion of doing that, I know it's part of magic, okay? A lot of people don't like that because they feel uncomfortable. If you don't feel comfortable burning it, rip it up and then throw it away or bury it somewhere. I don't know, just doesn't matter. But all those are forms of like burying the past, of letting go of something. So it's actually a physical notion of transmuting that outwardly from inward pain, okay? So my mother gave me some new charms as a gift, so I'm really grateful right now, and I'm like so happy to use these for these new readings. Okay, I'm only gonna pull that. So again, the Neptune ball came out, so please see past these illusions, okay? This is my Pisces energy, as well as Neptune is in retrograde, so keep that in mind. There's 7 planets that are going to go in retrograde this year, including Mars towards September. So, of course, we're going to be feeling all types of wonky, including the eclipse. We just got over the lunar eclipse, and we're going into the solar eclipse very soon. So keep that in mind, that a lot of the astrological events can also affect our anxiety or our mental health, etc. So sometimes it's not even just us, it's also the astrological events as well. This right here, time is illusion, as well as things happen in divine timing. So it's the notion of having patience again, having patience for the things that are meant for you in your life to come through, as well as having patience to let the things go that are not meant for you. This right here is my Eiffel Tower one. So this is Paris, France. So possibly past lives, if you guys have past life ties, as well as a sense of travel. This also represents stability, being able to stand tall and to be uniquely you, because the Eiffel Tower is just the Eiffel Tower. It's widely known for how unique of a structure it is. So you are that unique structure as well, and possibly someone can see you as that, as well as spirit. We have the crab here, which is this little Cancer energy that we're seeing. So I did mention of Cancer season. Also, crab is all about holding on to things that you know that you should be letting go, as well as that notion of like the crab barrel, like people, places, and things pulling you down with them because they're being cooked and boiled alive. But really, you do not need to subjugate yourself to be pulled down with those karmic energies. You can pull yourself back up. Just let go. Right here is a kangaroo. Ooh, I did mention of Australia back then. So if you are living in Australia, or you have ties to Australia, or a place that you want to travel to, I'm seeing a lot of travel aspects. Also, this means like hopping forward, keep moving forward as well. Okay, and as well as like right here we have the palm tree. So it could be vacation or someone tropical, somewhere warm, of warm climate, etc. I did mention of someone being below the equator within previous videos, so that could be tied to the New Zealand, Australia type of synchronicities. Right here we have the leaf. So this is about going where the wind blows or where it takes you. So being able to go with the flow. And, you know, also a leaf ties into the tree synchronicities, the tree of life. So if you've been receiving that, that's also another sign as well. And also letting go of the people, places, and things that are leaves to let them fall away, okay? Because the new leaves and things that are for you will grow right back, okay? So whatever you lose will grow right back even better, okay, is what Spirit's saying. The sun, which is finding clarity, again, with that factor, finding clarity through any dark situation you could possibly be going through, as well as the divine masculine energy, being in touch with that as well as healing. We have the dog, so this is really nice because this is all about that loyalty. We did have the dog and the fox right here, so again, emphasis on that loyalty to yourself, show more compassion to yourself and others, etc. Be more kind to yourself, be more like the dog spirit is all about being unconditionally loving no matter how it's treated. It's sad, like people really mistreat animals, and I don't agree with that. Like, in fact, that makes me so angry right now, but I'm not trying to get triggered right now. But it's like the fact of that's how we see you. I'm not calling you a dog or anything, but I'm saying that, like, learn to love yourself as much as a dog would love you, okay? So a seahorse. I did mention this in the previous video. So this is a divine masculine energy, as well as them being pregnant, like giving birth. So divine masculines are also giving birth, as well as the divine feminines, to new, brand new beginnings. So that's really great. As well as this ties into sea dragons. Like if you guys are seeing dragons or any type of dragon beings, high dimensional beings, as such as that, are coming into the mix to help you within this healing process as well, and also to find strength and courage, because a dragon ain't scared of shit, okay? The only thing a dragon is scared of is another dragon, alright? So just, it's notion of you knowing your worth and your power, okay? And seeking within. Also, that ties into the Pisces energy, like being underwater. Also, this is my Canadian maple leaf right here. So this also could someone be in Canada, based in Canada. Also, if you feel like you feel prompted to travel to these certain places, maybe there'll be a gridlock point for you to access as far as like to help with your soul growth. But this right here, again, with the leaf, this is all about, this maple leaves as well. So it's all about, like, again, going with the flow, also like travel, like going to different places or new experiences. If you feel drawn to go to a particular place, don't ignore that feeling. That's probably Spirit telling you that that is a possible place that you could run into these people, places, and things that are for your soul growth and expansion. So not being afraid to take that first step forward in order to move in that direction is what Spirit is saying is really important, okay? I understand how much a fear is when starting to do something new and leaving everything that you've possibly known, but this doesn't mean just that. Like, if you feel moved to or prompt to, then that's fine if you're moving. But when it comes to like travel, like especially with all the quarantine being out and we go into different phases, right? Once all that is released, take the opportunity to venture out, to go on that adventure that your soul desperately needs and is yearning for, because your soul is very wild and free. It's the ego that keeps you stuck and in fear. So it's all about learning how to use both. Okay, much love to you guys. I'm gonna that one. That was a really beautiful reading. I love that. We got so many insights. I hope that this has helped. If it has resonated and anything of that matter, and if you have any other ideas, any other coping mechanisms that are healthy enough for the collective, go ahead and share that within the comments. I'm going to go ahead and share the channeled messages and channel music that Spirit has, to be on the lookout for that as well. Oh, Spirit is saying don't. Okay. Numerology to look out for. Ooh, 7. Ooh, 7, 7, 7. So be prepared for like wealth, abundance, prosperity, as well as good luck heading your way. So that is great. And also 7 stems into the 7 of Swords. So being careful not to self-sabotage, to be in your thoughts so much, and to let and release that control go. And to know that you guys are very spiritual and very like highly gifted individuals, and anybody else who says otherwise is a lie. Okay? Much love to you guys. See you guys in my next video. Peace to you.